In this video, I want to talk about how to do the ninja rope trick. Stick around. Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well wherever you are today. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. You know, here at 411 Outdoors, I love to keep the content coming. A while back on my channel, I did the tomahawk rope trick that was performed in the movie Prey, is in the Predator series. You may or may not have seen that movie. It was a really good film. In this video, I want to do what would commonly be referred to as the ninja rope knife trick. A friend of mine who saw me do this trick said that it made him think of Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. I don't know if you're familiar with that video game, but you know, Scorpion's one of the ninja characters who uses this trick to, you know, stick into his opponent and drag his opponent back to him so he can do, you know, an uppercut or a finishing move of some sort. I'm not going to be dragging anything back to me. I just want to make the connection and kind of explain the science behind what makes it work. First and foremost, let's talk about the knife. I think this works a whole lot better if you have something that's got some weight and something that can fly, such as this new series from JXO. A good no-spin throwing knife like this is perfect, especially if you've got a way to tie some rope to the end of it. A lot of times you'll see people using kunai blades for this. You know, I've never held any heavy kunai blades. I know they're out there. I've just never held any of them, and all the kunai blades that I have worked with in the past, in my opinion, are way too light for this task, but this one is heavy enough to get the job done well. The next thing you want to consider is rope. You kind of want to map out the distance that you think you're going to be working with. I would just pick a 10 to 14 foot distance max. I wouldn't try to go out any further than that. I think that a good single rotation knife throwing distance is a good place to start. That's probably all I'll ever do is 10 to 14 feet on this trick, and you just want to make sure you've got enough rope to do that. The next thing we want to talk about is safety. There is some danger in association with this. When I was going through the learning curve, I never had one bounce back all the way to me, but it could happen. And I think a good safety precaution would be to wear some safety glasses if you're getting into this for the first time especially. I want to show you something you can do to make sure you have enough rope. You can lay your knife down about right here, which is where it's going to be coming in, and you can back up, you know, about right here. This is about 11 to 12 feet. One thing you can do from this point is just take the rope and wrap it up in your hand, and you know from this point here that you've got enough rope to work with. Now I want to talk to you how I personally angle myself when I'm doing this throw. I want to show you what I see from my point of view. When I'm swinging my rope, I don't stand right here because the way I throw in particular, my knife ends up going about right here, okay? What I do is I stand off to the left of my target a little bit, about right here. Another thing you want to make sure of is that you have room to swing the rope around you. You don't want to be swinging a knife around your head with a rope and then that knife bounce off a tree and then come back and crack you in the head. As far as swinging the rope and throwing it, try not to overthink it too much. You're simply holding about this much rope and you're going above your head. And I'm standing off to that angle that I use. And when you're ready to go, I'm going to do this as slow as I can. You're just coming around and throwing, okay? You're just throwing it. And the rope is going to do a lot of the work in maintaining a straight flight for the knife. Once again, reiterating the importance of having a knife that's heavy enough to fly. There's no replacement for trial and error, so don't give up. Keep doing it and be safe, and you're going to find yourself figuring this out real quick. At this time, I'm going to play a little montage of some of the work I was doing out here earlier, just so that you can see the flow of it from several different angles, slow motion, and all of that good stuff. If you ask my honest opinion, I don't think it's a good idea to try to jerk the knife out of the target and catch it in the hand like you do with the tomahawk rope trick. You can try it if you want to, but really do it at your own risk because You know, that knife can fly back to you a lot faster and a lot more unexpected than the tomahawk. The tomahawk was pretty easy to read midair coming back. I would think that the purpose of this methodology is simply designed to allow you to bring the knife back to you. And what I do is I just pull the knife out and I let it hit the ground and I reel it back to me as quick as possible. You know, in a combative situation, it would be very hard to be cognizant enough to pull this thing out of the target, catch it, and work with it again. I think that if you can get it to the target, just wrap your hand around it like you saw me do and pull it, just drag it back to you. In conclusion, I just want to encourage everybody who likes to get out and try new things, to, you know, exercise martial skills. I want to say that one tends to lead into another. When you start developing martial arts skills and you start understanding movement and flow, a lot of things kind of blend into the next thing. So, you know, don't ever sell yourself too short and think, I could never do something like that. You'd be shocked what you're capable of when you just get out and try new things, because you'll find out that as you get good at this skill, it sometimes translates into another skill, and that one into another skill, and on and on. So get out and give things a try. I hope this has been inspirational to you. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to catching you in the next video. Take care.